Hello guys, and welcome back to a new video. This is going to be another MD-11 by Rotate video, and probably the last for the next time. The next video, just to give you a small hint, could be about a new version of another very new aircraft. Let's see. Okay, so we have here version 1.0.1. The last video I've done in the Rotate MD-11 was version 1.0.0, as you can see here on March 24th initial release. This version had some, let's call it interesting problems. There are some interesting bug fixes listed up here in the fix of version 1.0.1. And what we are going to do, we are flying from Melbourne to Sydney today. Short video. I will cut out most of the video because we only want to concentrate on all these things here. Okay, so let's just read them before we start. Loss of speed during cruise. Power has been adjusted to tables for max weights and altitudes. I've never experienced that. Wait. No. I never experienced this problem myself, but I heard and I saw others having it. It was quite interesting, just flying across the air and then, yeah, starting to stall randomly. Quite interesting. It only happened above flight level, I think it was 350 or something like that. Whatever, that's fixed. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to talk about it. MD-11 Plus is abandoned, fixed the problem with waypoint segment sequencing. We are still working on some instances of this issue. So, again, why can I don't want, okay, never mind. Yes, I've never experienced this problem myself that much. I know that there are some MD-11 problems, and I had some MD-11 problems, but most of the parts it was okay. I've never had that huge problems, but the problems started to appear. LNF Winning Flight Plus roll PID has been tuned for high speeds, still working on this issue. To be honest, I'm not quite sure what they want us to tell with that. But that's probably something I've never experienced too. At least, I'm not quite sure. We just head over to the next one. Heading guidance error when heading changes across 360. Yes. Sometimes when you want to make a 10 degrees right turn, the aircraft thought, why turning 10 degrees right when I can turn 350 degrees to the left? No joke, that happens. I don't know if it's only happened when you cross 360, but I experienced it and I don't know when exactly, but that's a good point. Maybe it's at 360. Brakes and tillers not working as expected with hardware control. Okay, the aircraft is quite different when taxiing, but it always worked as expected. Just with a bit of more of thinking about it and being more careful than in other aircrafts. But yeah, okay. ILS CDI frozen in navigation display. I had that. Yes, that's good. ILS cursors are shown as true instead of magnetic in Navret page. Oh, okay, that explains a lot. So, I don't think we need to go that much into physical detail, but the magnetic and the true heading, of course, is not the same. The magnetic bearing is off by a few degrees. Um, That's physics stuff. But it often happens when you look at your chart. Let's say the heading is 258 for runway 26. The aircraft thought it's like 253 or something like that, so a different one. I always change it manually, or I just don't mind because it don't make any problems. But that's good that this is fixed. And now I know why that is, because it's just switching from 2 to magnetic. Interesting, interesting. And fixed an issue with artificial horizon. It's not exactly describing what they fixed, but probably there was a mistake. Okay. Okay. So I've planned a push. I just took a look into the patch here, and again I'm having the problem. This airport does not work with the X-Plane default push fueling truck. Yeah, so you can't load this aircraft.
And you have around to cockpit. G'day, mate. Go ahead and show me where you'd like to point now.
And you have to do it via the menu on X-Plane. Yes, I already often do that, but it's not cool. I don't like that.
Okay guys, we just fast forward this. I was just starting the pushback, starting the engine, starting the APU. Just a normal procedure. If you want to see that, you can check out my last video where we flew from FACT to Windhoek. That's not part of this video, and that's why we're just going fast forward through it.
We just did over here. Check it over there. 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 7, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5. Come on. 5. What the? 5, 5. Okay, even if we take off 5, 6, oh, that would work. Flight controls checked. Flaps 15. Spoilers arm trim 5.5. EAD checked. Brake is released, and we meet at the runway. Alright, welcome back for takeoff. The systems are ready. I guess I'm ready too. Checklist is done, and we can just go ahead and take off.
Approaching.
Yeah, I have to say this ground texture looks it's an orthophoto. I don't like that. I really don't like that. I mean, here the default runway, I have no problem when using a default runway. I think they look great. But why don't use them the default polygons everywhere. I don't understand it. Okay. And maybe
On
the sun
runway
visor
27.
could get handy for the first time. Alright. 5.5, APU is on, auto brake is set, flaps 15, APU, okay, there's a fuel pump which isn't on, the engines are running though. Yeah, they are, okay. We just go ahead, spool up, and then they will establish. Okay, ready? Takeoff thrust set. We need a bit more takeoff thrust today, because we only have 1,600 meters left. Don't know what that's exactly in feet, but you can 80. And go. Rotate. Okay, okay. I can't see anything. Gear up. Yeah, that's better. No, that's not better. Okay, 1,000. FMS speed profile 28,000. Clamp thrust. Okay, now we're full. No, that's not right. What he is telling us on the flight director. We just need to go back to our path. And flaps up. Auto flight. AP2 nav2 set. Auto thrust engaged. And slats retract. So when you retract the slats, then you disarm the speed brake, auto brake off, turn off the nose taxi light, and the runway turn-offs. We just need to get up. Okay. So now we can climb, what was 350 I guess? That's right.
Okay, so at this point we just were about to start our descent. We descended into Sydney onto our first waypoint of the ILS. The descent was going down to 3,000 feet. It was around 120 nautical miles from this position on onto the ILS, and we could end up in some rain, which I think just looks amazing. I really love this approach. The only thing, there were no rain effects on the window, but anyway, I just turned up the wipers, and I think we got some really great shots of the descent. And now I wish you great fun watching how I descend and later how I will land this aircraft.
Runway straight ahead and inside. We are too high and I am correcting that. Localizer and glide slope alive. 1,000 is checked. Correcting vertical speed, 1000 is checked. Okay, we're at 800 at 1000. Okay, not confirmed. Yeah, it was too... Okay. Too high, correcting. So we are stable as long we are...
Approaching 7.
7 is correct, approaching 7, continue on with 7 straight ahead. I think 500 was correct. Okay, this time it wasn't correct. Okay. 400 is checked. Okay. 1 dot off and that's stable. Continue. Correcting. Correcting. Speed brakes up. Spoilers. Reverse green. 100.
Hello, it's Finn from The Cat. Okay, so at this moment I noticed that there is a problem with my thrust reverses. I don't quite know what the problem with the aircraft is, but I tried to roll off the runway, and what basically happened is the auto thrust system was still engaged and not. It was a bit complicated. And this also explained why my landing in the end was quite bouncy, because I tried to flare and apply thrust to the engines, but nothing happened and the aircraft just flew into the ground. Yeah, so I tried to figure out what the problem is, and after a few times applying reverse thrust and deploying the reverses, I've got this thing rolling. I have no idea what the problem was. I've never experienced that before, and after now I did some flights after this video. I have no idea what was going on. That's just an information here from the cut what really happened. And now we are going back to the video.
What the heck? What the actual heck? Okay. Okay, now we rotate. There we are. Oh, no martial law. Okay. Oh, and I forgot the strobe light. There we are. Better. Okay. Taxi off. And these can go on. And number 2 off. Number 2 is going off. Number 3. APU is on and available. Alright. Alright. Okay. This was a quick shutdown. Um, yeah, well, thank you for watching. Difficult. It's difficult. Thank you very much for watching. The version 101. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, go ahead and try it. I think it's great, but The problem we had just now is just that's unacceptable. That's not okay. But yeah, this might be just some rare conditions. I mean, if you experience the situation, just go on to full reverse and then retract them again. I think if you know what to do, that's okay. It's less a bug, it's more just a hardware incapability, or yeah, not incapability, but the aircraft is not capable of recognizing your hardware input correctly. Um, on landing, I couldn't flare correctly, that's why we came in a bit hard, and then we bounced up. And first I thought, okay, that wasn't a great flare, but I mean, I've pulled and nothing really happened, and that's probably because we had no speed, or I don't. That's better. Because I had no speed and I couldn't speed up, I was applying thrust and pulling on the yoke, and nothing happened. But okay, yeah, no problem, I guess. You need to know it. So thank you very much for watching. If you don't own the MD-11 and you think about it, I really recommend watching the end of my first MD-11 video where I talked about uh, how you should think about pairware, especially when it's this expensive. It's $83, I think. You really should think twice and third about it before you really buy the aircraft. And I really recommend just watching the last minutes of my video. I think the time step, there's extra time step for it. And then consider, do I need it? Anyway, I do, and I love it. MD-11 is just great. Rotate did a great job. They're having some problems, but they're fixing it. And that's why I will thank you now for watching, and we will see us next week in a new aircraft, in a new version of this aircraft. And I wish you a great Friday. Goodbye.